What's up, everybody? This is another episode of the Cryptocurrents. Today, I will be focusing on a live coin buy. If we open up the spreadsheet from before, we can go ahead and take a look at what we've got so far. What I was unable to, I went to stream it, but the stream hadn't started, and I didn't check to make sure that it had started correctly. So unfortunately, it didn't get tracked, but I have just been using tip money lately and putting it into cryptocurrency as a separate setup than my regular account. There we go. And yeah, so let me try to pull it up because I did not set it up beforehand. If you want to go ahead, this is a good time for me to mention to follow me on Twitter and to... Excel's not even working on this. That could be a problem. Alright, I know another way around this. Alright, there's screenception, but now if I pull this up, that should help greatly. Okay. So we had the Nucleus Vision, which I was able to record on stream, and then the other day I purchased more Binance blocks because I'm very bullish on Binance as an exchange, as well as their new decentralized platform. It looks like they're trying to get in on like the coin info and market cap game as well. But with all those things into consideration, I'm very bullish on them. So I picked up some of that when I thought I was recording the buy, but I guess not. And now that I've refreshed the numbers, it looks like they're both slightly green, despite a lot of bleeding red lately. A few coins are dipping down right now, actually, so it's a little interesting that they're up right now. Hopefully they can continue that way. Nucleus Vision, if you didn't catch the last stream, is basically cameras and AI that'll analyze people that walk into brick and mortar stores, and not only the people but their shopping habits, where they walk, what they're looking at, etc., etc. And then, I mean, in theory, it could also pick up the audio and all of that, like full Big Brother type shit. But ideally, with it being on a blockchain and things like that, people will at least know if they're randomly giving the information. Although then again, they could distribute it other ways as well. But this is another coin I'm very bullish on, because I think one thing that's going to blow up big this year, or if not this year, then next year, really whenever the regulations start kicking in America, the United States of America, would be that coins that serve an actual utility or have a real product, rather than kind of being like abstract thoughts or something like that, or this coin is the effort to one day have an infinite transaction per second option or something like that. Like, those will be looked at very differently, or especially coins to like purely for staking. That won't fly. But this will be an actual real world product, and they have betas, I guess they've already done alpha testing, and they have beta testing coming out this month and next month. And I'm very bullish on them being successful. I forgot who it was on their team that... Yeah, Tim Draper was a big part of it. Just in terms of the people that they had on their team. Yeah, there we go. Wow, they just revamped this page the other day. So when I bought this coin, and then I checked it out a couple days after. So within like 2 weeks, they've had a revamp of the site, basically. Oh shit. Whoop. There we go. notifications from this. So they have a full team already that have been successful, and like I said, getting the alpha up and running the beta. One of the major investors in it is Tim Draper, as well as a lot of more general entrepreneur and tech-based investors. So yeah, it's very promising. Has a much more stable roadmap and plan than a lot of these other coins. Its market cap is at like 127. It's not that small of a market cap, but with everything kind of falling out right now, it could go back up into the 200 range. Just based on if it can, when everything else starts to return to. Well, yeah, I'm not sure exactly when the time frame will be, but it's already showing that like kind of the big bleed out is done, and now things are starting to stabilize. And the question is like, when's it going to go up? Because I don't believe these technologies are going to fall out. I think they're here to stay. So as a result, the coins are here to stay. It's just picking out the right ones and whatnot. And I personally think that ones that serve real world purpose will be significantly more practical between regulations and also just the return of money to the market in general. So yeah, as we got Nucleus Vision and Binance blocks, which in another live stream, the short version of that is you use it to cover fees and to get priority on airdrops through Binance. And now that they're launching the decentralized exchange, it will be the featured currency on it, and I'm assuming it'll have a trading pair for every currency that's on the decentralized platform. It's already a trading pair for some currencies, but I don't prefer to use it as a trading pair. However, I initially bought 20 bucks worth on my own personal account just to cover fees for a while. And then the value started going up, and Binance continued to do quite well. And even when they take hits, they recover well. Whereas a lot of these exchanges, they're one and done. They get hit, and that's it. So, yeah, again, bullish on the Binance blocks, which is why we, being the live coin buying and me trying to make this like as relatable as possible, because right now that was 23.43 and 31.38 basically. That was 25 bucks and a little less, and this one was 30 bucks and a little more. So combined, you're looking at 54. Yeah, 56.81. Oops. 55.68. Yeah, that was my bad. But yeah, so about 55 bucks worth, which is what I was aiming for by having the 20 and then the 30. And now we have about another 25 bucks worth. There we go. So yeah, the 23 and the 43, 31 and 38. Let me just set this up for going forward. In a separate boom. Alright, so I wanted it to be about $55, and that works out perfect. So now today, I wanted to take a more in-depth look at Dragon Chain, because when it had the big fallout, I picked up quite a bit of it, and then I wanted to look into it more and see what they've done recently. And while it wasn't the most promising, it was pretty interesting. So in December, they didn't have a roadmap that looked like this. In December of last year, or I'm sorry, in January of this year, when I invested initially, all they had was October and November like listed, but not listed in this manner in terms of like it having a monthly layout. So if you follow their roadmap, I'm not a member of their Foundation Developer Academy pilot program and the development workshops and training. I will say that it's still under development, and they don't have an academy to look at. So I guess you could say they sort of are going. They've technically hit that point of their roadmap because they have aspects of their academy open, but I would say that probably fell short. They're starting to host their serverless platform and the launch of the commercial serverless platform on AWS. We will see about that. We're about halfway through March and they haven't released the platform. So these short-term goals, they're definitely not hitting the best early on. But one reason I've been investing in DRGN is because I believe that blockchain and cryptocurrencies will be eventually adapted by all these companies, just how like accepting PayPal was only on like some e-commerce sites and porn sites initially, right? Kind of like cryptocurrency, and now everywhere takes PayPal. So I feel like cryptocurrencies will ultimately go along that route as well, and then blockchain will take over a lot of the data storage and need for centralized server-based companies and things like that. So with the more mainstream adoption comes the bonus of mainstream names backing certain projects. And DRGN is backed by Disney, all the way down to funded by Disney. Most of the team is Disney. All over the main page of the site. Let me just go ahead and pull it up rather than like hype it up. But yeah, when you go down here. Oh wow. See, this is one of the downsides of doing the live stream is when they make like little adjustments to their website. Like it has the news bits right here about Disney built a blockchain, Disney incubated DRGN, Disney's DRGN. But it also had like a little more advertisement there and like at the bottom. But they've cleaned up the site a little bit and they gave it a more official roadmap, which is nice. At least they have a plan in place. But in like Let's Go, what's the big picture for them is they want to be a platform that lets you code in more common coding languages, being Java, Python, Node, and C. So that way you don't have to learn Solidity or learn one of the other smart contract languages, or then just to have to learn the new one for the next platform you're on. Granted, they're not vastly different, but it would be much more convenient to just transfer over the more typically used codes, more commonly used codes into smart contracts and blockchains. And that's what DRGN is hoping to do, as well as fund projects on the blockchain and on their blockchain. So to help bring coders into the space without having to learn a new coding language. So I think the concept of what they do is very good. I was looking at some fucking bullshit shirts. I think the concept of what they're trying to do is very promising. It's backed by Disney, which is a semi-juggernaut. And then, last but not least, the coding language thing is huge. Just as someone who's like in the very beginning stages of learning coding the last few months, I wouldn't want to have to, like I've been trying to learn Python. I wouldn't want then to have to learn, C+, because the next blockchain platform is blowing up big time and they're incentivizing building on their platform significantly better, things like that. So if they're successful in bringing over these common and long, like they have a lot of use cases and they're tried and true, like these are like especially Python. So if they're successful in that, as well as like, because they want to be an incubator for projects on the blockchain, right? So let's say Disney does a small test program of using blockchain to save data, and then it's more efficient, it's cheaper, and it increases the value of this DRGN token, right? Because they're doing things on the blockchain. And this is basically like a blockchain smart contract type ecosystem is what they're in, and I guess dApps too. Those three things are what they're trying to build within this ecosystem. So, yeah, unfortunately, one of the reasons the price is down like right now, well, I guess not unfortunately if you plan on buying, but unfortunately they are not hitting these short-term roadmaps that they set out. I would guess that since they just released those roadmaps, it would be a little concerning that they already look like they're not going to hit it. However, very few coins are actually hitting these roadmaps, and one of the, well, not one, but a lot of the more successful coins like Monero and Ethereum and Litecoin, they don't really have these hardcore long-term roadmaps. Like, you know, they just do, in a sense. So another thing to using, or to wanting to get Dragon Chain, is that it's on KuCoin. And KuCoin is just not as good of an exchange as Binance. And security and pairs and airdrops, in terms of KuCoin shares falling out entirely and not gaining much more value, not only because the market fell out in general, but because because Binance is just performing much better. Yeah, it definitely looks like Neo is on a lot of downtrends followed by short stabilizing periods and falling again. I was thinking about buying it the other day when it went down to what was it, 67, but if I didn't pull the trigger on it then, now it's 73, and it looks like it's set up to go on at least another little dip. I'll go ahead and rule out Neo. That leaves us at Dragon Chain, which is on a little bit of a spike right now. Wow. All the way back up to 90 cents. Interesting. Dang, it went low. I picked up a lot around like 60, between like 60, 61, 63, and 65. I don't know if my alerts missed or what, but that's quite low. Let's see, what's the market cap at for that? 218. The volume's so much less because it's not like look at that, 42 million US dollars, 2 million US dollars. Like, Dragon Chain is definitely like one of these long-term holds. There's not a lot of buying and selling of it. Very, like, look at the, I just can't believe that that's the volume for it. I guess that's kind of how it goes when you're the only exchange you're on is KuCoin. Another thing I wanted to look at just briefly is Tron, because they are trending upwards and people seem to be giving Justin Sun less shit on Twitter lately, and it's just fairly interesting to me. And one of the things that he keeps posting about is having a decentralized Facebook because of how garbage Facebook is. And that's really one area that he could, or Tron, could seize the, kind of seize the day on. Because if they could start capitalizing on these social media platforms that can't stop shooting themselves in the feet. Let's see. Yeah, he really is trying to... God damn it, fool. One of the biggest criticisms of Tron is that they're so abstract and they have nothing to actually, nothing concrete to, look at or see what's going on. Things like that. But they have this mainnet release. And that's going to be, the news is already out, so the price has gone up somewhat. Now the question is, when this comes out, is it going to, not only is it going to actually come out when it says it's going to come out, but will it be even, quasi-stable when it comes out? So, I think, sorry, I have the mic turned up because I'm such a soft speaker, but then I cough so violently. So my bad on that. But I don't know. I really don't have a lot of faith in. Oh, I guess, yeah, I mean, are you asking if it's still pumping? It's definitely still going up right now. I don't think it's going to, unless the whole market falls out or like continues to fall again. I would say that Tron is definitely like, in terms, not long-term value, but short-term, yeah, it's definitely going up. It's probably going to keep going up, like I said, until this release of the test net. Because if, like, what could very well happen, like what's happened with them before, is that they say they're going to do something, and then they don't do it at all. So it's not even like it comes out and it's short of expectations. Like they said they were going to release that another mainnet in December, that they're going to have beta versions of some of their dApps in January. And while they have shown things at conferences, well, it hasn't been leaked, and like they have been trying to move forward, it's been super disappointing, like everything that they do. And their price at this point has just been based on the fact that they have a giant amount of funding, and that Justin Sun dude is fairly legit in terms of he's invested in smart things, and he's all in on Tron. I am not very big on it because, like, at the start of the live stream, I was talking about how, like, I'm really big on, like, practicality and the usefulness of it. And this hasn't provided much usefulness. But the kicker is that if this hits, like, if they release a mainnet and people actually, like, and the dApps that they have planned release smoothly on it, and people can start building on their platform, even with their giant market cap of, let me double check, yeah, of 2 billion, it could go up from there, because China especially has some social media issues in terms of like everyone's on the We like ecosystem, whether it's the WeChat or the social platforms, because they don't have the like real version of Facebook over there. So they're kind of like ripe for the taking in terms of seizing the social media market. I'm just super iffy on whether or not Tron could actually pull it off. So if you like Tron, and you know, since you say it's pumping, I'm assuming you hold some of it, and you're wondering if, you know, it's a good idea to hold some of it or pick up some more. Yeah, it's, if you believe in Tron long term, I would hold on to it and not sell it when the mainnet comes out. If you're iffy on Tron, for sure sell it like right before the mainnet comes out, or if like a couple days before, if you're nervous that maybe they'll delay it, because that's when the price is going to be at the highest, just in terms of like news and FUD of people wanting to invest before the net comes out. So there you go. That's my 2 cents on Tron, which is roughly what it costs. Oh, and now let me see. I'm going to take a look at Binance blocks, because not only is like the technical analysis on it saying that it's a strong buy, just on the news and validity, you're not supposed to trade the news, but like on the validity of CZ and Binance in general, like CZ pretty much personally approves every coin that goes on the exchange and plays a role in handling the wallets and the security of all of those coins. And you just don't get that type of hands-on and like intellectual and capable experience. Like none of these other exchanges have it, not one. Gemini has like a team, and the Winklevoss twins, and Coinbase offers like those two things offer a good US dollar to Bitcoin or Ethereum, etc. Like the top 5, they're good for providing that option. But now for every other coin at this point, you want your coin, like if you're into a coin, you want that coin to be on Binance, because Binance is the place to be right now. And that's another thing going for Dragon Chain, is Dragon Chain's not on Binance yet. I'm not entirely sure why, because CZ seems to like getting involved with American businesses and whatnot. But I guess that's somewhat besides the point. for this video, I didn't know if I wanted to get Binance. I'm definitely not going to get Neo because it looks like that's going to go through another bit of a heavy dip, actually, not just a small one. And it's Binance, Dragon Chain. I'm not sure. There hasn't been news about Dragon Chain lately. I don't think cleaning up their site would cause anything major. I don't know. I'm starting to think that Dragon Chain might just be on like a bit of a short-term spike, and it's gonna come back like right into another correction. Oh, actually, all right. I don't know. The resistance level is getting repeatedly higher over the day. Let's see, over the past couple days, I've had the big bottom, like the big fallout. It is marked by spikes. Boom. Yeah, I think we might be in the middle of a spike. And as a result, I'll hold off on the Dragon Chain as well. Yeah, I'm not certain buying it right now. Like, it's mid spike, it's mid, like, it's not releasing projects like on a week to week basis or anything like that, and the volume is low. So I have no idea what's causing this this little spike, other than, you know, not to legally accuse anyone or whatever, but like other than a pump or something like that. All right. Well, let's see. Feeling like I'm just gonna double up on the Binance blocks. All right. If we look minute by minute. Yeah. All right. So let's go for. Go for 490. So try to catch it on a little bit of a dip. No, it'll dip even, yeah. There we go, let's get a little greedy. Alright, there we go. I'm pretty sure this order will get filled at some point tonight. So let's go ahead and add it real quick. Oops. There we go. And there we go. All right. It's the 19th. That is the time. I thought it was called Binance Blocks for, like, I still type it in as Binance Blocks. I still refer to it as Binance Blocks when I'm speaking with people in real life, but it is listed as Binance Coin. Just to be clear about that. Alright, so that will be 2.32. On Binance. Alright. Then once that order gets filled, I'll fill out the rest of it. yeah, no problem on the Tron stuff. Oh no, I guess somebody wasn't happy about the Binance block purchase. Um, it was a limit order, so it's not official yet. But yeah, the other coins that I was thinking about buying today, like Dragon Chain, started pumping the last few hours. So buying it right now would be probably just not the best call. Fuck, dude, that infinite screen is pretty bothersome. All right. 1 second. All right. So yeah, didn't invest in the Dragon Chain because it's in the middle of a pump. I didn't even feel like setting a limit order for it because I'm not really sure where that's going exactly. Nucleus Vision is solid. I really didn't have much of a reason not to buy it, other than the fact I'm very bullish on the Binance coin. Once that decentralized exchange gets launched, I think they'll set the standard for a stable decentralized exchange, as well as like having a semi-tolerable user interface. Binance's user interface is very smooth. KuCoin is actually very pleasant to look at as well. So that's not a knock on them. Binance just offers the security of all of that. They're offering the decentralized exchange, and now that they do the Binance coin info thing, even though it's trash right now, they are almost making it like a Wikipedia type where you can add your own info to the coin. I haven't tried to do it because I don't feel like I have, you know, that much insight into the coins to where I feel like I should be editing Binance's coin info tab. But they're trying to get in on that, and I'm assuming the next step for them is to try to get into like trends and market cap and things like that. So yeah, big on Binance. Picked up a little more tonight. I hope you guys liked it. Go ahead and subscribe and like, and then I do one of these live streams every day. Not a coin buy every day, but I go over the news and stuff every day. So if coins you like are in the news, then I'll be talking about them often. So yeah, go ahead and like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at altcoinatheist because I'm on that all the time because it's on my phone. And yeah, if you want to donate, you can donate. But otherwise, what's most appreciated is to like, subscribe, and then follow me on Twitter. And yeah.